Hi there, I'm Sam from EasyTradingSignals.com, and what we're going to do today is to just take a quick look at what the day was like for both stocks. We're actually just going to focus on one stock, one Forex pair, and one crypto pair. In this case, we're going to look at Apple, the Euro USD, and Bitcoin. And we're going to take a quick just view of the day and maybe see what lies ahead as well. And I hope to be bringing these updates on a regular basis. So please stay tuned. Let's jump right in. Okay, so this is purely going to be based on the indicators that I use on a daily basis. It's going to be a quick overview, so it's not going to be in-depth in terms of fundamental analysis or anything like that, because that could literally take hours, and I want to just give a very quick overview for you. Right, so Apple, looking at the 4-hour level, what we see here is that we have a nice little pullback here to the 9-moving average, and we can see that there's potential here for it to actually continues to move up. In terms of where it's at, we can see that the marker reversals here are pointing a little downward, so that means that we do have potential for it to in fact move up. You can also see our deviation extremes flattening out here because it is close to the moving average. So by and large, that looks great. Over here today we had, or a couple of days ago, we had basically the end of this move that started over here roughly the 12th of August. And we had some warnings along the way that we might be seeing the top, which we in fact did a couple of days ago, and actually yesterday, and it started moving down. So moving on to the 5-minute level here, this a bit more detailed trading for the day. You can see that Apple pretty much just chopped around during the beginning. There was some movement here, but mostly really not doing much until right towards the end of the day when it started moving up. And now once again in the aftermarket, we just have sideways movement. Going one level deeper on minute trade levels for fast intraday trading. We can see a lot of chop over here, literally just chopping around. Our levels here, our breakout levels, did give some help in terms of staying out of that chop, but once again, not a lot of movement. Things only started changing around about 10 o'clock, where we can see we had some movement here going down, quite a nice move over there. And then around about 11 o'clock, even though our trading hours didn't pick up this move, our breakout levels did, but it would have been very difficult to trade because of all these moving averages, VWAP at the same time. This might have been a good opportunity. You can basically see that, okay, we're trying to move over the moving averages, but we have a good chance of actually breaking down, at least going back to VWAP, and you can see that little bounce that happened there. Yeah, and this rest of the day here, you can see a lot of chop still. Not a really great day until we hit the afternoon, roughly around about 3 o'clock-ish, when Apple did in fact shoot up somewhat, and we can see here that the breakout levels also helped us with that. So overall, not really a great trading day for stocks. And this type of thing, this type of pattern repeated itself for a lot of other stocks as well. Okay, so let's move on to Euro USD. Let's take a look at a 4-hour overview so we can see where we're heading. So there's a lot of news coming up, we can see. So that's definitely going to influence the market, potentially create a lot of chop. or it's all the same in some direction, it might push the market higher because we seem to be trending in that direction overall here. So at this point, you can see that indicators is basically saying that the market has moved contrary to what was expected, but yet at the same time, if we do some trend lines over here, we can see we do have a bit of a breakthrough over here, although it's not confirmed yet. And then of course we also have this here, so let's get that a little bit better. There we go. So the potential that we might be chopping around here and eventually move up, or could simply break down here and eventually move meet this 200 moving average. We'll have to see how that plays out. Going down to the 15-minute level, actually like trading for the day, we can see there's some levels over here that would have been beneficial for trading, but once again, a lot of moving averages in the way. Big move over here, but also once again a lot of chop. Clearly not a very easy market to trade today. On the 5-minute level, pretty much reflecting the same thing, not unexpectedly. There's some movement, but once again, not a lot of clear breakouts here for us. On Bitcoin, Bitcoin on daily level here, you can see we had an interesting inflection point over here. We've had a long sideways movement for a number of days. It broke out recently, and I was expecting it to actually take off from this level and move higher. It has not actually done that. It's actually moved down, and we could very well come and meet this 15 moving average over here before we see it moving higher. So at this point, we're looking at moving down. Most likely, we don't have any definitive other signals on the daily level. Going into the hour for a bit more detail, we can see that over here we did in fact have a signal early on during the day, as well as some breakout levels that would indicate to us that Bitcoin was going to move down, and it did in fact do exactly that. Slight bounce here, but it's not clear exactly where it's heading. It could very well just head lower. If we then look at the 15-minute level over here, just for details for the day, we can see we pretty much had a step down, and here we had some indication of recovery, but once again we hit the moving average over here, the 20, and it just responded by just barreling down. So that's it for the day. So overall, it's actually a slightly different market to trade at this point. A little bit difficult to gauge exactly where we're going to, but I'll keep you posted. And if you're interested in looking at the indicators, please take a look at our website, easytradingsignals.com, and like and subscribe, and tune in again tomorrow. Thank you very much.